Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match cast. And this is going to be the TWCL Autumn Tournament, League, I guess, of 2015. One second. Cables entangled! Cables entangled. Anyway. Sorry. Headphone doing weird things. This is group stage of TWCL actually. It is, I believe, Group D, the scariest group in my opinion, because a lot of people here. Well, you have Panda, for instance. That's scary enough here, and or Jitterix as well. But anyway, this particular match is going to be, well, a match between me, of course, I'm part of Agony, and Danko of TWR. Now, in this matchup, particularly, so I have this first game I'm playing as the Burgundians and he is playing as the Jutes. So obviously here this is a winnable matchup for both sides really. But obviously Burgundians slightly favored against the Jutes, despite the fact that the Jutes have far superior, well, not far superior, but superior axes. But the cavalry of the Burgundians is better, I would argue that for sure. Anyway, here is my build. I have Royal Burgundian General with Brace. Up front we see some Germanic archers. Looks like, I believe, it's 4 in total. 5. I actually have 5 Germanic archers and a 6th Germanic bow. So no slingers this time around. I have, of course, my 6 normal Royal Lancers. Right behind those, the regular 6 Burgundian Axemen as well. Now for Jutes, well, we have the Nordic Raid Leader General Bronze 2 with Brace, because why not? Brace is probably the best ability for generals to have. Then we have, looks like 2 flanks, but in terms of cavalry, a Nordic Raider on each flank, and it actually doesn't. The Nordic Raider is not part of the normal Cav Max. I'm talking about melee plus shock Cav Max here. Which is a very nice thing to actually bring the skirmish Cav, because it is going to destroy axes and skirmishers very, very reliably. In terms of the cavalry contingent, well, we see 3 Nordic Horse Lords on each flank, 2 Nordic bows on the left, 2 Nordic bows on the right. Supporting the general, we have 2 Huskarl units, one is Bronze 1. Then on the right we have 3 Huskarls, it seems, and that would be the build of the Jutes. So here I'm not actually feeling as confident as I normally would with the Burgundians, and it's because of one simple reason. He has 2 extra cav. The 2 extra cav that he has can go into my axes, can go into my skirmishers, as I was saying. So that's not something I like. I'm trying to catch this Nordic Raider, and as you can see here, I'm pretty much succeeding. I barely didn't succeed here, but I have to pull back because my cav is so far away. And this is a mistake actually, me chasing too far. I kill half of the Nordic Raider almost, but here is a problem for me. I need to defend myself over here. But I make a mistake. I don't notice my axes getting charged. Ooh, this is really bad for me. This is horrible. But I do move my Huskarls forward. I'm going to block with my Germanic archers, and it's a pretty nice block. However, part of the unit makes it into the rear of my Burgundian Axemen, so this is horrible for me. As you can see, this unit is not hit at all, but just a couple of units of the Nordic Raider just destroyed this Burgundian Axemen. Engagement starting over here. As you can see, I get a really nice charge off onto the Horse Lords, but I don't have Burgundian Axemen support. Here I get a really nice rear charge off onto the Horse Lords. I'm gonna go for the Huskarls here too. I killed the Raider here, but it basically killed off an entire axe unit. That's not good for me. Here, as you can see, I'm destroying that Horse Lord. I've got my Axemen in here to support against the Horse Lords. Not quite sure what my Royal Lancers are doing here. This is pretty bad, Miss Micro. Here, I have to pull back the Burgundian Axemen, but I do not. So this is actually a mistake by me, because my Axemen here will get destroyed, and now he's got... The thing is, he's got extra cav units, which are very annoying for me. He's getting a really nice rear charge off onto my Burgundian Axemen there. Here in the fight, obviously the Huskarls will do better, and I need to disengage my Royal Burgundian General. Here I'm gonna get a nice Burgundian Axeman charge into his Nordic Raider, But I don't have enough cav to get rid of all the extra cav units that he has. And here, as you can see, I'm gonna get a nice cav charge onto his horse lords, but again, not into the Huskarls. Here, I get a really good charge off onto the Huskarls, destroying a lot of them. Actually, do I? It looks like this unit is not even killing anything right now. Here, my my Burgundian Axeman trying to kill off these horse lords. I'm going to be able to kill that horse lord off. Still have some units on the field, but this flank is lost for me. Looks like... yeah, the Royal Lancer here is sadly not going to be enough. I don't know what I'm doing here. Could be corruption because, yeah, even the hotfix just broke replays, sadly, and I don't know why. And here we have some Burgundian Axemen going in to this Huskarl. Looks like I do finally figure that out, but I need to charge into that unit. I get a really nice general charge into his Huskarls here, but this is a problem for me. This Horse Lord is just going to possibly win the day for him. But as you can see here, I'm destroying this Huskarl, I'm destroying the Horse Lords here. That is very good for me. I'm making sure that his Horse Lords are dying, but my Axe unit here died. That is a huge blow to me. However, here, as you can see, very nice move by me. I managed to stop his unit with my Axeman. And now I'm gonna do a rear charge with the Royal Burgundian General. He's pulling through my archer unit, but now it's gonna get caught. However, he's got this Huskarl unit that's annoying for me. I'm gonna get a nice cav charge into it. I'm doing some flaming shot onto the Nordic Horse Lord, and as he charges into my archer, I'm gonna be able to support with the axe unit, so this is really good for me. I'm killing off this Nordic Horse Lord, I'm shooting this Huskarl, so I'm trying to do my best here, and it's actually getting fairly close. As you can see here, getting some nice rear shots off onto the Horse Lords. But I'm gonna get a pretty good cav charge off with my general here. The thing is, it's just Nordic bows. I'm gonna have to disengage and go into this Huskarl actually. But here I'm charging into the Nordic bows. This is a massive mistake by me actually. I should be charging into this Huskarl. As you can see, I am gonna pull out. And this is again a problem for me because, okay, so if I can do... this can actually turn to be a pretty good engagement for me if I stop his charge with the Germanic archers, which I'm trying to do right now, as you can see here. I'm going really far out with my general. This is a little bit ballsy. However, here, nice rear charge into his axis. Here, as you can see, I did very nicely. I stopped his cav charge with the archers, and now I'm stopping his horse lords. The engagement over here, as you can see, horse lords will clearly destroy my unit. But here, this is a massive mistake by me, actually. Looks like I didn't get the kills that I needed onto that Huskarl. Here, I am kind of routing off his units. He is activating Headhunt, though, but I'm not sure what I'm doing with my general. It's just 17 men left and getting focused, so he's going to do very poorly here. However, I've still got this Royal Lancer that can do a lot if it just charges in properly into the axe unit, but oh well. I'm trying to run away with my general right now from this Horse Lord, and if I can do that, I would be in okay shape. Thing is, I cannot. I was trying to go for this unit, but as you can see here, another Horse Lord for him. The problem with my Royal Lancer here is that it's getting focused by all these bows, so it's not really good for me. I've got this axe unit in support in case he charges in with the Horse Lord. So now, as you can see, I'm gonna go in right after his charge. His charge still actually kind of connects into my unit, so this is pretty bad. But I'm still gonna be able to kill his cav unit. Here, as you can see, unfortunately, his Horse Lord here is not routing. It's at 8 men left. Here he did get my unit here, and I'm not able to get a counter charge off into this Huskarl. That's really bad for me. I still have this Royal Lancer, but still now my Burgundian Axeman will just die to the Huskarls. Sadly, I cannot route this unit. Still 8 morale, so that's really bad for me. Now my axes here are clearly out of position. 3 Horse Lords here, unfortunately not routing for me. I'm still targeting his units with Germanic archers, running away with my general. This unit should route soon, actually. And it does look like I routed that unit, and I'm still doing damage here, but I actually couldn't be charging into these Nordic bows in melee and just killing them. Sadly, my bow unit routed there, and his Huskarl came back, activated Frenzy, and now he can go back. And as you can see here, his Nordic Horse Lord's still alive, but I'm gonna try and focus them with my bows, because I believe if I can get a flaming shot off, the whole unit's just going to rout. So that would be good for me. Now I'm going to continue kiting, and actually I'm just going to fast forward at this point. Up until here, as you can see, I shoot him, he's got -1 morale, so soon should be routed. Indeed, his unit routes off the field, and I believe soon enough I'm gonna chase it. And here's a problem for me. Unfortunately, his unit came back really quickly, and now my general is going to take some damage from his horse lords. It came back right as I was starting to chase it. That's really, really bad for me. However, I'm still gonna be able to mop up that unit, and I still have cav units on the field. Horse lords at 1 man left, and for some reason not routing, finally routed, but it took very long, even though it was just 1 unit left. But anyway, my problem right now is that, okay, let's look at the situation. I have some archers on the field, 2 Germanic archers actually, and I have these 2 very important cav units, even though they're depleted. As for Danko, he has his general, Nordic raid leader, 90 men left, and some Huskarls, but this one is just 1 charge away from dying. However, let's fast forward. As you can see here, I'm going to activate Heavy Shot, and I shall start targeting his Huskarls. This is going to be a very long game, by the way. And if he didn't have this Nordic bow, I think this would be very, very easy for me, because I could just shoot him to pieces with my Germanic archers. Like, I would have nothing to fear, because at the moment I'm fearing his bows with my cavalry. Because if he gets to shoot at my cav with the Nordic bows, it could be game over if he kills my general or something. So you can see here, he continues activating rapid advance to try and catch my cav, but he's never actually going to catch my cav here, as you can see. Still though, these Nordic bows are trying to go here. I'm going to get some nice rear shots off onto the Huskarls. As you can see, a couple of them are actually dying, but I don't have much ammo left. I think at some point I'm going to have to start saving my ammo for when I need to charge in with my cav for the most shock possible. Because if I get flaming off and whistling shot off, it's definitely, I mean, I should definitely be able to route the units. So here, this is a very important moment in the game. I managed to route off this Huskarl. This is very, very good for me. It's now shattered, so this means he only has 2 axe units left. This one and his general. But still, this pesky bow unit that I need to get rid of. It's going to be really, really difficult. So here, I'm trying to get my archers around, but the thing is, he could potentially shoot my archers with his bows, but he wants to keep the ammo for my general, I think. So that's a good move by him, actually. But here, I'm going to get in closer and closer with some of my Germanic archers to see if I can shoot his axes. It would be really important. As you can see, the fatigue of my units is starting to be fine. Here, as you can see, I'm now targeting this unit with precision shot as well, but unfortunately I cannot get another shot off. That's very bad for me. Here I'm going to start moving up my cav. He's running his units, which is very good for me, because this means that their melee attack is lowered and they're much more easier. They're easier to route, basically. And they're slower. So that's something to keep in mind. Here I actually could be taking the melee fight, because my units have slightly better melee stats, the Germanic archers, and if I route this Nordic bow off the field, it wouldn't be too bad actually. But as you can see, I don't have enough ammo left. If I had more ammo left, I could be shooting the hell out of these Huskarls anyway, because I have 2 archers, he has 1 archer, so there's always going to be one angle that I'll be able to shoot at from. However, as you can see, I'm pretty much out of ammo, and I think this is going to be one of the last few volleys. So I think I have one more volley after this. No, this is going to be the last one. And I'm actually kind of wasting my last volley here, even though I'm using heavy shot and precision at the same time. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to be able to get a couple of kills here with the volley, but no. They take so long to fire, as you can see, so that was really poor by me that I didn't use that last shot. But it's actually not so bad, because this means I am going to be able to do flaming whistling at the same time with these 2 units. So yeah, we'll see how that actually plays out. I'm just going to keep this tab over here open so we can see how the morale progresses. Ooh, he is actually shooting me in the back, but this Nordic bow has only 2 ammo left. But still, 2 volleys into my general and into my Royal Lancers could be more than enough. I just need to route this unit, but it's got, I'm looking at its morale right now, and it's got way too much morale, so it's difficult for me to route this unit, even though I'm trying to like rear charge it. As you can see, it's really hard, and I can't actually kill it. That's a problem for me, and I don't have enough ammo. So here, as you can see, the engagement is about to start. I'm actually sadly only using fire projectiles. I am gonna get in with these units, but here I miss micro a lot actually. So I'm gonna get a really good charge off here, but here this charge is not gonna be great. Okay, so I try to go for another charge, but it doesn't actually pan the way I want to, and at this point, well, let's see. I'm gonna get a really good charge off here, but his Huskarls are... Okay, his Huskarls... Okay, his general is down to, say, like... 42 morale. This unit still has 34 morale, but this is actually not how the game progressed, because I'm fairly sure that these units had less morale than they do right now. But still, as you can see here, this was a very close game. And, yeah, looks like I lose the first game against Danko, but it was an insanely close game. Lots of miss micro, though, and again, these two skirmish cav units that he had were very important in this game, because they can go for skirmishers and they can go for axes, and basically one of them neutralized the whole axe unit, which is very bad for me, obviously, because I need that axe unit. The fact that I didn't have it hurt me a lot. But anyway, this is game 1, so I shall see you in game number 2. This is game 2. I'm playing as the Huns and Danko is the Sassanids. Now obviously Huns favored against Sassanids, I would say. Obviously Sassanids have slightly better cavalry than the Huns, but well, let's see how it actually goes. So I'm gonna go over my build. First I have the Steppe Chieftain Bronze 1. Then I have on the right side 2 Noble Steppe Cataphracts Bronze 1 with a Steppe Cataphract Vanilla. On the left 2 Noble Steppe Cataphracts with a Steppe Cataphract. The Noble Steppe Cataphracts are Bronze 1. Up front I have a bunch of Steppe Bows. I believe I have 5 of them, all in loose formation, and 2 Skirmish Cav, which is very important. I have 2 of these Steppe mounted bows. Very important to rear charge his units and such. But against Sassanids, probably not so useful actually. But anyway, let's go over my my melee contingent. So I have a lot of war warriors. 6 war warriors. But honestly, I maybe shouldn't have brought the skirmish cav against the Sassanids, because do I really need skirmish cav to kill Sassanid infantry or even skirmishers? I wonder. I think I should have just gotten some boss run infantry or warriors instead. I think, anyway. So let's see. As you can see, I'm splitting up my army a little bit here. I'm trying to get my step-mounted bows in position to deal with all his units. Now... I didn't actually go over his build, sorry, my bad. Danko's Sassanid build, Spachbet General Bronze 3 with fast charge, actually. And he has 2 Skirmish Cav, looks like a Zayadan Immortal Cav, Bronze 1 on each flank. Then he has over here 3 Griff Bombard Cataphracts, Bronze 1. Here, 3 Bestigman Cataphracts, Bronze 1. Supporting them, 3 Dalamite Warriors. And supporting here, also 3 Dalamite Warriors. So let's see how this one plays out. As you can see, I'm trying to get my step bows and my step mounted bows here in position to shoot his Zayadan, but as you can see here, pretty much debugged the... How should I put it? I don't know if it's pathfinding or whatever it is, but it's a bug with like units not refusing to fire properly unless they're exactly in the formation they want to be to shoot, which is a bit of a shame. But this one does actually fire properly. As you can see, I get a nice volley off onto his Griff Bavars. Here I'm kind of not sure about the situation. I've got my 2 ores here, but I'm gonna send in my Noble Steppe Cataphracts. As you can see here, he's gonna fast charge, which is actually pretty bad for me. But the engagement starts off here. My ores are actually not gonna get charged as much, and I'm running away with rapid advance trying to protect them, but as you can see, he still gets a lot of kills onto my ores, which is very bad. But now I've got my ores in here. I've got step mounted bows I can send into his infantry if needed be. My noble step cataphracts are destroying his griff bombars. Here I'm actually shooting into his Ziodons, and my bows actually killed 2 of them, so that's not too bad at all. But I've got my infantry support in first, my Ore Warriors. Here I'm going to pull out the Cav and leave the Ores in the fight, but he's killing my Ores very efficiently there. As you can see here, I'm losing my bows, but I'm going to fast charge my Ores into the battle here. Well, not fast charge, but rapid advance rather. Here I'm going to get my Ores in here without him getting... He actually gets a really good charge off through his own men, still, somehow. As you can see here, it's crushing through my Ore Warrior. This is really bad for me. But my general is going to have to fight here, but his Dalamite's not looking great. Griff Bombard not looking great here. I'm stopping his Ziodon here with my cavalry, and it's not going to go great for it. I'm pulling back my left flank, and now I'm going to send in step bows here, sending in step mounted bows. He's going to pull through with his Griff Bombard, but in doing so he's going to lose a lot of men. And here my ores are going to die, but they're going to neutralize his Dalamites, I believe. I still have this step mounted bow. I'm going to try and route this Dalamite warrior and make sure that... well, okay, I still have a lot of noble step cataphracts on the field. I'm going to route this one off the field. I'm going to be able to rear charge all these units. I'm sending in my general, my step chieftain as well, to stop all these cavalry units. It is very important for me. And now once this unit's going to be done, I'll have war warriors to send in. And he still has these units stuck over here and unable to support. I'm still shooting him with step bows as well. So the engagement on this side is going extremely well for me, I think. And also this is very important because his pathbed is not in a great shape, as you can see here. Nor is my step chieftain, but my general lives, and I pull him out very nicely. He's at 17 men left, and he lives. His is at 20. His is at 20, and it lives. And I managed to kill his general with like 17 men left, so I guess very close here. Now I'm going to send in my cataphracts at the last moment and get my ores into fight. Very nice here. He's gonna get a cav charge with his pathbed, and here he is going to route this noble step cataphract, but my general is still alive. Here I'm going to route this Dalamite warrior. I'm shooting his push Stigman to bits here. And I'm going to be able to kill his cavalry here very, very nicely, actually, because the ores are engaged. He still has Ziodons. That could prove to be a problem. I have this bow cav, though, and my general is still alive. I'm able to pull my general out of there, 15 men left, and push Stigman cataphract is engaged with step cataphracts, and war warriors will support here. So this push Stigman is probably not going to make it. I'm going to get a rear charge off with this step mounted bow. Actually, I'm not even going to try. Here I'm getting some charges off into the Stalamite and pulling out, and now I'm trying to go into his Ziodon Immortal cavalry, but basically at this point it is very much so in my favor. And over here, let's see how the engagement is going. You can see the Peshtigbans trying to do their best. Let's see, where does he have some infantry left? Well, he doesn't have any infantry left. He's gonna get a nice cav charge here with his Peshtigbans, probably into my ores, but I'm pulling my ores out, or trying to anyway. He's gonna get some kills off the charge, but not a lot of kills. And here, as you can see, the Huns are victorious. As you would expect against Sassanids, the Huns are pretty much better. But yeah, lots of kills on my Noble Step Cataphracts, and some wars did well, others, unfortunately for me, got charged. His general killed a lot of men, though, wow. And his Ziodons, pretty impressive. However, I have to keep in mind that a lot of those kills are on step bows, so not as efficient as you would think. But anyway, that is the match, so it is 1-1, it's a tie. Hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.